Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Advice with Mike. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy. Now, if you're new to the channel, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. This is the show where you guys send in your messiest, toxic, most out-of-pocket predicaments, and I attempt to break them down, giving my honest and unbiased feedback. Now listen, I'm a comedian, not a therapist, so ain't no guarantee I'll be able to help fix your life. But I can provide laughter along the way and call it like I see it. So without any further ado, let's get into the episode. I dropped my daughter off with her father and I just never came back. Mike, tell me if I'm wrong or not. Me and my child's father have a visitation arrangement that we agreed on without getting the courts involved. Co-parenting positively? Definitely here for it. He gets her every other weekend, and in the summer, she's with him full time, but I get her on the weekends. Well, I've been stressed out and overworked, and besides those weekends she's with him, I don't get a break at all. I'll break you off. I'll give you a break. No, never mind. What's your Instagram? No. It's for market research purposes and whatnot. I asked if he could take over 2 weeks so I can have some time to myself, and he said no because he has plans. His plans always involve fun. I would plan on taking him to court. So I showed up to his house with her and everything she needed for the 2 weeks and left. Now he gonna call the child youth services and get your offspring taken for neglect. He keeps trying to get in touch with me, but I won't take his calls. I'm a mom 24/7 and he's a part-time dad. Like this video if you think she's full of shit. She's as much as his kid as she is mine, so why can't he step up and be this great dad that he claims to be, Mike? Maybe now he'll see how it feels for it to all be on him without any help. Without any help is kind of a stretch, being is the fact that you said he gets her all summer and he gets her every other weekend. So seems like you guys have her an equal amount of time almost. So he gets her, 2 days out of the week for all year except for the 3 months. And then he's with her all. So, yeah, you have her a little bit more, but you saying like, oh, my mom 24/7. No, you're not. You're not a mom 24/7. You're a mom 24/5. And sometimes it ain't even 24 because your daughter either goes to daycare or school or something while you're at work. So for 16, possibly 17 hours a day, and some of that you sleep. So let's not paint this picture like you're, you're just this heroic mom and you don't get any help. He's there financially. He takes care of his kids. Y'all co-parent well because you said we got an agreement without even getting the courts involved. You needed him to take her for 2 weeks so you could have a break, and he had already had plans. Yeah, that's his daughter, but you just popped the break thing on him out of nowhere. Because imagine this. Imagine me and my boys is planning a trip, and I know that, this trip is not going to fall on my weekend or whatever. I could be out of town for whatever. And then I buy tickets at hotels, Airbnb, whatever the case may be, and you just drop my kid off. Like, no plan. If you'd have been like, yo, I'll be like, all right, cool, I can get her, but it's going to have to be after this date. Okay, bet. You just sprung it on him like, well, it's his daughter too. It is. But that's part of the arrangement y'all had in the agreement. Y'all agreed on something, meaning y'all came to the conclusion that this works. I agree, you agree, cool. And then you try to change that on the fly because you felt like you were overworked. And I'm going to tell you right now, I know a lot of moms, I know a lot of dads, I know a lot of parents that may not be a mom or dad, like maybe they're taking care of their grandchild or their, niece or nephew or whatever the case may be. And kids, they're a headache sometimes, you know what I mean? Depending on the age too, it can be a lot. But you're like, oh, I'm overworked, I don't get a break. He gets them on the weekend. You work during the week, you're not even with her that much. She's at school, you go to sleep. Like, I don't buy the shit. I'm not saying you can't be overworked, but usually that comes from having no help at all. Like, you not having any help, where every single day it's just you and her every day. She goes to her dad's every weekend and then gone for all summer. So what are you doing? Like, I feel like you want me to rationalize or agree with your rationalization of why you think it was okay to just drop her off and leave knowing he had plans. Like, yeah, that's his kid, but come on now. Because if it was the other way around, you would be on the internet, on all these websites, talking as much shit as you possibly could. Guess what he did? These men get a kid, they get the kid for 2 weeks and they lose their mind. They don't know how to do it. Moms do it all the time. You'd have been spilling all that divisive rhetoric on the internet about how men ain't this and men ain't that if it was the other way around. So you wrong. This is plain as day. You guys had an agreement. If that agreement's not working, or maybe you're like, yo, I do a week, you do a week, something like that. See what he says, whatever. And a lot of times, I'll be honest, A lot of times the schedules and the hours that men work, it doesn't really allow for them to be the primary care, the custodial parent. Oftentimes if they don't have like traditional jobs. All my jobs I ever worked never was like a 9 to 5. I didn't have time to drop my kid at daycare, pick her up when the day was over. The only time I was ever able to do that was when I owned my own business. Then I was able to do that. When I was doing comedy and didn't have a regular job, I was able to do that. Every other job I had, driving trucks, working at the garbage company, all these different jobs I had, I could never be able to have my kid like that because daycare either isn't open at that time or they don't hold them. I work at 12-hour shifts. I'm providing. I'm the one paying the bills and stuff. No, I can't be daddy daycare. You go pick her up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. So I don't know your situation totally in totality or whatever, but I do know that what you're saying sounds like it's unfair to him because this is not what you guys agreed on and you just tried to impromptu change the plans. And honestly, I don't think you're overworked. I think there's something you want to do that you can't do with your daughter. So now you're trying to blame him as if he's not being a great dad. Oh, let him see if he can be this great dad he claims to be. This is just sound like a bunch of nonsense. Like you mad you can't do something because you got a kid. So what? That you had a kid. And then now you just want to put it on him like he's not doing his job because he's doing what the agreement was. You don't like the agreement, change it. But yeah, you're wrong. You are 100% wrong. I'm not on your side. Stay alert, stay alive. I was smashing the worker at the daycare. Wifey found out and beat the brakes off of her. So Mike, I got to make things right with my lady and the worker at the daycare, but I need some help. So me and my girl, who's also the mother of my child, broke up, right? What's her Instagram? No. It's for market research purposes and whatnot. So on the days when I grab my kid from the daycare, I will be flirting with the new girl they hired. So we started texting at first, then it escalated to sex. Oh, I bet it did. I liked her and she's cool to be around, but just not someone I see myself with. Seriously. Translation, she's an after 10er, meaning you only hit her up after 10. I end up cutting it off so I could work it out with my baby's mom, and girlie didn't really like that at all. So she started saying little smart remarks to my girl when she was picking up our child. That's why you're never supposed to shit where you eat at, or whatever Rosa Parks said. Nothing major, but enough for my girl to mention her attitude. Daycare workers don't even be having health care. Shorty better relax before she be forking over the funds to cover that ER visit. So I text her telling her she got to stop with that and chill. Well, that sent her over the edge. Nah, you pulling up with wifey and her watching y'all play house, that's what sent her over the edge. And she told my girl that she was sleeping with me. Like this video if you think she's wild as shit. My girl beat the shit out of her at the daycare in front of everyone. Getting world starred at the workplace is wicked. Now I gotta smooth things over with my woman, but also convince the girl to not press charges. How can I fix this, bro? See, that's what you get for shitting where you eat at. Now, why would you be smashing a little daycare where a little minimum wage joint, knowing wifey be picking up the youth every once in a while and going to catch the vapors as soon as you try to cut it off? This was not well thought out at all. Little younger chick, you know what I'm saying? You was like, oh, she cool, but nothing I could take seriously. Yeah, because you just want to smash and dash. Got her all in her feelings. Now she about to extort you. And shorty didn't beat the brakes off her. Now you got to try to tell her not to press charges. How you think wifey going to handle that? Because you got to do something to convince her not to press charges. And that something is going to mean you have to cross some type of line in your relationship, which is only going to make things even worse. So I advise you to not do that. Like, I know that as a man, you're trying to be the fixer, the hero, the problem solver. But your woman is an adult and she made a stupid decision by putting her hands on that girl. Now she's going to have to face the consequences. You can't say anything to that girl, you know what I'm saying? You can't, what are you going to do? And I'm surprised they even letting her come back to the daycare to pick up your kid. She might be banned like, you know what I'm saying? Can't ban the snowman. She's Jeezy up there. She's not allowed on the premises. Shorty and they're going to get the restraining order. You know what I'm saying? The PFA, you can't come within X amount of feet. Now you got to pick up the kid every day or take the kid to a whole new daycare. That's what I would do, honestly. I don't know how convenient that one is in relation to where you work or your job or whatever the case may be. But I'm telling you right now, I'm taking my kid out of that daycare and go somewhere else where it's a clean slate because you didn't cheat on your girl. So your relationship's not in shambles. Like you didn't do nothing wrong. Y'all wasn't together. New chick start working there. You start hitting her. She don't even probably know what's up. She see you pick her up one day, mom pick her up another day. Y'all not together, you know what I'm saying? She figuring ain't nothing up. Then you got tired of it and was like, yeah, you know what? Home is where the heart is. Let me slide back to wifey. Yo, shorty, fun time, respect, but I'm over here. She was like, oh, bet, say less. Ruining it. You know what I'm saying? This is sort of what happened that Pauline chick did to the boy Ty Lil. Oh, it ain't gonna go the way I thought? Let me cause a problem. Let me make up something. Yeah, that's why I'm sleeping with your man. Nah, you was. You weren't currently. That's a past tense thing. And then you got two black eyes like a raccoon because you couldn't keep your mouth quiet all about some meat that ain't yours no more. Matter of fact, it wasn't never yours. You was renting it. Y'all was having a little fun action. Y'all wasn't together. He never wifed you, you know what I'm saying? So she just bugging out. And now you just got to take your kid to another daycare. Now, if there ain't no daycare close enough, like the kid got to stay there or whatever, because I don't think they'll kick the kid out. Maybe they'll just be like, the mom can't come, so you got to come every day, something like that. But if you got to keep the kid there, then I think that maybe, is there a way to get like I'm about to say like a sit down so they can squash it? Maybe she goes up there and apologizes. Hey, you know what? I overreacted. I thought that you were currently sleeping with my man. Didn't know it was a past tense thing. I was totally out of line. I was wrong. I mean, even if you were doing it now, I'm still out of line. I was wrong. I shouldn't have put my hands on you. I should have took that issue up with him. If there's anything I can do, she's gonna have to apologize. It's gonna have to be her. You can't sweet talk the girlie because you already know what she wants from you. Wifey's not hearing none of that. You go back to, yo, don't press charges. All right, come see me tonight. Nah, see? Now y'all back from, from the starting point. You know what I'm saying? Back to square one. So no, she's gonna have to apologize and be a woman and admit that she was wrong and then just go with whatever happens from there. If you can't take the kid out of there, then that's what needs to happen. I mean, if I was her, I would do that anyways because she's wrong. She's just wrong. So no matter what, I would apologize regardless, but definitely if you plan on keeping your child there because she's gonna have to, decrease the tension between the two of them and try to make things, smooth things over. That's just my take on it. You know what I mean? So hope it all works out. Stay alert, stay alive. I told my husband I wanted to have a dry wedding, but his brother showed up with alcohol anyways and ruined it. I know I probably sound like a party pooper. Using the term party pooper already tells me this is one of my Caucasian constituents. But this was my special day and I was really intentional about how I wanted it to go. I told everybody ahead of time that I didn't want alcohol there because I didn't want it turning into a drunk situation. I wanted people present, respectful, and actually in the moment. A wedding without alcohol? How else was we supposed to celebrate him ruining his life without it? My husband's brother still showed up with the alcohol anyways, and once that happened, the whole vibe shifted. Salute to the brother for bringing the vibes to the function. A sober celebration of the unity sounds boring. People started drinking, getting louder, and acting like it was just another casual get-together instead of something they actually mattered to me. Well, technically, they drunk at the reception, not the wedding. Stay alert, stay alive. I was visibly upset, and instead of backing me, my husband keeps saying I'm doing too much, and that I should just let it go because that's how his brother is. Some things are better left unsaid. Day one of being a husband, already in the doghouse. But to me, that's not an excuse. It feels like straight up disrespect. I'm not trying to start any family drama. Like this video if you think she's full of shit. But I also don't think it's wrong to confront someone who ignored a clear boundary on a very important day for me. Nah, I definitely gotta agree with you on that one. Now I'm stuck feeling like the villain for being upset, while the person who actually ruined the day gets a pass. Am I really overreacting or am I justified in wanting to say something and setting a hard boundary going forward? A wedding with no alcohol sounds absolutely horrible, but it's your wedding, it's your choice, and your guests needed to respect it. As soon as the brother would have showed up with the 80 proof, I'm kicking him out. Now you gotta go, my man. Because it's not even about the liquor. I told you not to do something and you did it anyways. This is just straight away lets me know one or two things. Either his brother is a degenerate and just can't live with alcohol. He's probably doing whatever he wants. He's ruining stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's probably the one that people gotta like watch after the most in the family. Probably, a real loser. Or he looked at you like, I don't care what I don't know you like that, shorty. Like, I'm here for my brother. You're not telling me I can't bring the booze to the joint. I'm pulling up. Flask in the blazer pocket. I'm getting bent. But it sounds like he ain't just bring a little personal option. Sound like he done pulled up with a couple bottles of the Bellevue or something and let everybody get a little taste. Now they frolicking around the wedding, having a grand old time, and you tight. Because you like, nah, this ain't the wedding I wanted. I wanted everybody to be sober. And everybody there like, I don't even want to be around you sober. That's a no-go. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that I don't even disagree with you because I can't. It's your wedding. I do think some things are like I do believe that some things kind of go hand in hand with other things. Like if you went to a funeral and was like no liquor at the funeral, I can understand that. I never seen people at a funeral drinking, but at a wedding, everyone drinks. Open bar most of the time, have a good time, partying. There's a drunk speech. I love you, Rick. I knew she was the one for you, man. Yeah, like that makes the wedding so much better. Everybody just walking around just completely sober, unless like your family, your friends are a part of some like culture where like you guys don't drink at all and that's not the thing, then I get it. But you're asking people to come support you to your wedding and not drink or anything like that. Again, you have the right to say that. If those people can't adhere to those rules, they shouldn't come at all. Like if I get invited to something and they're like, well, you can't do that. I'm like, all right, well, I'm not coming to that. Thanks for the invite. You know what I mean? But I think the brother's probably like, yeah, I'm not going to not come. That's my brother getting married, but I'm also getting drunk, like whatever. I don't know how it all transpired in the event. Like, did he start? Other people may have brought someone. I don't know. You said the whole vibe changed. It sounded like you was the only one that wasn't drinking. Your husband having a good time. You're doing too much. We're having a good time. So you do sound like a party pooper. And here's the other thing. Your fiance at the time, soon to be husband that day, already knows what kind of person you are. So he probably just went along with you saying no alcohol just for the sake of not arguing with you. He probably knew from the rip, I'm coming here with alcohol. Like, what is she talking about? You're not getting married and not having a moment. You said, I want everybody to be present, appreciate it. I'm gonna be honest, no one gives a shit about your wedding. No one's like, let me just bask into them getting married. They're there to have fun with y'all. Oh, congratulations, let's get tore up. But that's really just a party. After the I do at the reception, that's just a party. Because if they wasn't there, they might be somewhere else partying that night with liquor. So again, you're not wrong, but based off of everything that I'm hearing, your husband, all that stuff, it just seems like you're always the negative Nancy. You're just always trying to be different, and everybody's like, yo, we sick of that. Like, you know what I mean? Husband just tells you, he just pacifies you by saying whatever, and then he's okay with however it turns out. So should you confront him? You can confront him if you want. It's probably just gonna be an argument, and your husband probably just like, all right, both of you just knock it off. He don't want to hear that. And the wedding is over with. You know what I'm saying? So if you didn't confront him at the wedding, being like, yo, what are you doing? I told you, no, you got to leave. If you didn't do it then, there's no point in still talking about it. Because now you're just beating the dead horses over with. Get over it and move on. Was your wedding ruined? No. Everyone had a good time. Now imagine this. Imagine no one brings the liquor and you're the only one there having a good time. Everybody else is like, yeah, we're going to get out of here. It's like 6 o'clock. Y'all got married at 4:35. It's 6. As soon as y'all said I do, people stayed for another 10 minutes to finish up their plate and then dipped. How would that have made you feel? Would you rather people be there, be happy, having fun, having a good time, celebrating you on their own terms, or them coming there and be like, oh, congratulations on the wedding. We're going to get out of here. Then you wouldn't have had nobody celebrating. Then you'd be like, my wedding day was ruined. Everybody left. Yeah, because nobody wants to be there sober. I've probably never heard of in my life ever being at a wedding where it was a dry wedding. I've never heard of it. I mean, I know it's a thing, but I just personally don't know anybody that's ever done it. I just don't see how it would be good. So do I agree with what you did? No, not really. Like, I mean, I think it's a dumb idea, but it's your wedding. You know what I mean? So should you confront him? What's the point? What's it going to change? I mean, going forward, if you set a boundary, then say, hey, listen, then you can say that. Hey, listen, at the wedding, I asked you not to do this, so you did it anyways. Bygones be bygones. But I'm telling you now, at this event, if you show up with this, I'm going to ask you to leave, okay? You didn't respect my wedding. Cool, that's over with. I'm not really mad about it anymore. But I'm telling you now about this. If you do this again, I will ask you to leave or you won't be allowed in, okay? Then if you're like, oh, cool. Then he show up. Then you do what you got to do. But I think the wedding situation is over with. You had fun. Congratulations. I wish you the best. Just leave it alone, all right? Stay alert, stay alive. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this episode of Advice with Mike. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy. I hope you guys enjoyed me as much as I enjoyed you. And if so, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Like this video. Matter of fact, leave me a comment letting me know what advice you would have gave them. And who knows, maybe you got your own toxic tale to tell about a shady friend or an entanglement you need help untangling. If so, feel free to drop me a letter at the email provided below, and I'll make sure to read it in a future segment of Advice with Mike. Now, with that being said, our time together has come to an end. But just remember, stay alert, stay alive.